Welcome to another gorgeous day here on planet Earth and another day of Dose of Did You Know, where intriguing, inspiring, unique individuals come to talk love and life and how it has brought them all the way to wherever they are in their life at this moment. I am your host, Annie Rocco, and with me all the way from Canada is JC Brae. How are you today?
I'm good, and how are you?
I am doing fantastic. So before we get going, because I have so many questions from our little talk before we went live, tell the world a little bit about who you are.
Well, I'm a proud father and husband to a wonderful wife, and we're in this music business that it's my passion, it's my love, and that's what I want to do for my career, my life, my goals, my dreams. I'm
Mhm.
uh, I'm a go-getter, and I really want to make people resonate with my songs. So I'm a singer-songwriter first and foremost, and I'm very proud of that.
Yeah. Okay. So I have to ask, was your wife in the business? And then, or did she like just say, you know what? It was kind of that conversation. If you're going to do this, we're going to go all in. We're better as a team than apart. Like, how did that happen?
Well, we've been together now 15 years, and when I met her, I learned from before that she actually worked for CMT, Country Music Television, and she also worked at a lot of radio stations. And so she was pretty versed in the music stuff. But we've always worked together, whether it was music or anything. We've always had a company together because we work really well together. So that was just, she knew it was a passion of mine. She knew I sang. I always had demos, so I was well into this well before I met Jackie. But with her, she kind of helps drive that engine.
How? What a connection and a rarity that people that are in business together love each other or are
Yeah,
working with each other. You're going to tell, like, there must be some secrets. Like, okay, this is one of the secrets I had of being in business with my brother for so long. We stayed in each other, like, we stayed in our own lane. We never tried to, like, take over the other person's, responsibility. Everybody has ideas. You can have a talk about it. But at the end of the day, I made the choices in my lane. He made the choices in his lane, and we supported each other, whether we agreed fully or not. I mean, is that kind of your concept, or do you have another secret?
that's not really a secret. I think mostly it's because we were friends first,
Mm.
so we really appreciate each other, and we work really well together because we care about what each other thinks and feels. So she is very diverse into the aspect of the office work, the admin stuff. She's brilliant on
Mhm.
social medias and stuff like that, and contracts and stuff like that. And I basically just go out and do the work. That's basically, we do it 50-50, and everything's 50-50. So nothing is ever, oh, this is your job, this is your job. If I can help her and if she can help me, even better.
Sweet. All right. So we had this conversation because I never thought country music in Canada. Like, I love country music. That's probably my top, genre of music. When we talked about it, yes, I like it. Garth Brooks, that's my favorite musician of all times. I can probably
Pretty
sing
good one.
every single song. You don't want me to sing it, but I could do it for you. So how did that come up? But you're telling me, country music in Canada, there's a love for it up there.
It's huge. It's huge. I mean, if you can, let's picture it this way: Calgary Stampede. You ever heard of it?
No.
It's huge. It's huge up here. So it's like a rodeo.
Okay.
It's a 14-day event in Calgary, right downtown,
Oh.
and it's called Cowtown. That's what they're calling it because it's all about country. It's all about cowboys. It's everything. And in the BC mountains, it's ranches everywhere, horses. I mean, you name it. It's huge. I mean, we got some pretty big artists here in Canada. I mean, Shania Twain is from 3 hours north of me,
I guess.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
You got Paul Brandt, who is from Calgary, Alberta. You got Gord Bamford, who's out from Alberta. The Roadhammers. There's so many. Um, great Brett Kissel, who is new out on the scene right now too. That's just recently. He's from Alberta as well. So I mean, there's so much talent, and not just in country, but in all genre. There's so much that's untapped up here,
Yeah.
and it's pretty exciting. And I want to, join that. I mean,
Well,
it's huge.
you are joining it. You
Yeah.
don't want to. You are. This is who you are. Um,
Yes.
Gosh, it's funny how when you don't really think of things, you don't, or I don't. Some things I'm just like, oh, this music, that music, and you don't really dig into where did people come from, where did they get started, and then you have a conversation like this, and you're like, oh yeah, you're
Mm.
so right. I dig it.
Yeah.
But the music world is tough. I mean, just like anything, getting into any kind of industry is tricky. What drives you? What keeps you going besides just the love?
The fans, the journey. It's not necessarily just the finish line. There's no finish line in this. I mean, the drive, which is what keeps us going, what keeps me going for sure. The writing, I'm very proud of the writing that I do. And Jackie is my wife too, is a very good writer herself. She's written 7 novels, 7 books. She's also a lyricist as well, and so we write together with a good friend of ours down in Nashville, Corey, who we've had a 13-year relationship with, and actually wrote a song on my very first album that it was self-entitled back in 2008. So it's been a long road.
Yeah.
We're in 2021, and this is who this is just me. I don't know what else to say, but this is fun. This is the fun part. And if I could say one thing about fans and stuff like that, or the audience and stuff, is that you've come full circle when they start singing your songs. When they sing it back to you, that's when you've touched somebody, and that's exactly what I want to do. I want my lyrics to kind of make people feel, to enjoy. I don't want to just be that bump on the log sitting on a stage and just kind of singing a song. It's got to be emotional. It's got to be, if it's a fast, good country upbeat song, then I'm going to be dancing all over that stage, because that's what I want you to feel. So it's not just singing, it's everything involved. You know what I mean? So that's what it is.
I want to know about your writing process. That stuff fascinates me, of like, where does it come from and how do you get it from here? I feel like it's like maybe your heart first, then your mind, then your hand, or in some formation of that. But talk to me about that, because like, I feel like whatever's going to come out of your mouth, it's like your soul.
Yes. I mean, I've watched some podcasts in the past from you, and I was watching a few of the ones that you had with some artists that sing and stuff like that, and it's pretty cool. And the fact that the emotion that comes out of me when I'm writing, I mean, I'm almost writing 2 songs a day kind of thing. It just pours out of me, and it's not necessarily just come to mind. It's about my environment. It's about my life. My father, my mother, my siblings. I've got 8 siblings. I'm number 8 of 9 kids, and we're all, this whole family, we're all kind of musically inclined. We all, country music is our first love. Every single one of us. We woke up. We were born listening to country music. It's just the way it was. My parents did not play anything but, and that's fine by me, because I really started at a very young age. I was told I was whistling at 18 months, whistling songs, and I don't remember that, but I can still whistle pretty good today. That's for sure. I had a lot of practice, but yeah, it's I just take whatever's happened in my life, or I mean, I could just be inspired by a quote somewhere that somebody said, and it's just like, wow, that's a great title for a song, and then I would just write it. It just pours out of me. It's hard to really get into the the whole foundation of how to write a song. You know, you got your verses, you got your chorus, you got your pre-chorus, you got your bridge, you got your outro. There's all kinds of things like that. There's all kinds of different lingo. I just write,
Yeah.
and that's it. And then, you know, with the help of others and stuff like that, that kind of give me some guidance too, and maybe some tweaks here and there. And I'm totally open for that because I like to collaborate with people. I think it's very fascinating and interesting, right?
Yeah, well, collaboration, I feel, is what the world is. Do you
Yeah.
find that when you're writing, you start like you're writing from your heart, your experience of something, and then you kind of go through this process and it opens up your knowledge of yourself or your emotions a little bit more?
Yeah, I think that once you've gone through some stuff in your life, like how I see it is, you know, I've gone through some things. I mean, you know, who hasn't? I mean, there's always you know, heartache or whatever else, and so you kind of draw from different things in your life where you've learned. I mean, I always keep telling myself I didn't grow up until I was 32 years old. Then I realized what life was really all about. In my 20s, I thought I knew everything. I didn't know nothing, you know. And but you have that epiphany in life where you go, "Wow, now I see clearly now," you know.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, it's just you're open. It's all from the heart, basically. It's not really thought of in the brain so much. It's more what I feel here, and um, and that's what I want to resonate to people and get them feeling exactly. Just picture it. If I were to write a song and sing it to you, and it touched you some way, like whether it was something in your past, you go, "Wow, he's singing my life."
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah, that's pretty powerful stuff.
Oh yeah.
Destiny's talking about her favorite song is about your daughter. Do you know which one she's talking about? Is there just one special one?
Yes. I'm only 10 years old.
I
Uh,
don't know the name of it, but
yeah.
well,
Well,
that was
yeah.
the description. So now I want to know this song about your daughter. What inspired it? What's it about?
It was a phone call. It was a conversation. I turned the conversation into a song. Um, uh, I was married and then I got divorced and I had two young children when that happened. So my daughter was 9 years old and my son was 7 when things just didn't work out. We just had to go our separate ways. I mean, life happens.
Yeah.
But then a year later, you know, how things were going, I had to move out west just to kind of be able to support them, to get a job because where I was, there was nothing. Then I got a phone call from my daughter when she was 10 and said that, you know, she didn't want to see me anymore. So, of course, it crushed me. But I understood where she was coming from because she was sad. And so um, I wrote a song about it. And, you know, I didn't worry about rhyming. I didn't worry about, you know, does it make a whole lot of sense to everybody? But it sure made sense to me. And that's how I wrote the song. And so yeah, I get a lot of tears, a lot of compliments for that song. Actually, that's the only song I solely wrote on my very first album. Um, and that's the one I put on there because I was proud of it. I wrote the music, I wrote the lyrics, I sang the song, and yeah, now my daughter is going to be 25 this year, so it's come full circle,
Wow.
and got a son, and she's pregnant with my next granddaughter. So it's
Oh my
pretty
gosh.
cool.
Yeah. Gosh,
Yeah,
time. Was the song based off of like the feelings of a father hearing that? Because I'm thinking either
yes,
way, if it was from your daughter's perspective or your perspective, how many children, including my own, have and myself have gone through a divorce of parents?
yeah, yeah. It was a perspective on me, on and then also her feelings and what she had said to me, and I wanted to put it in context. I wanted to um, s- just explain how she was feeling, but I wasn't making her feel bad about it. So I
Yeah.
wanted to kind of show her that I understand. And then she explained, you know, I don't want to make you cry, Daddy, you know, kind of thing. I'm sorry, you know, and but it was. very emotional song for sure. But I wrote it. It came to my brain as soon as I got off the phone. I wrote it down, and
Yeah,
next
that
thing
was
you
that.
know, that's it. That's how it became. That's how it got birthed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well, just hearing you talk about it, I haven't even heard the song. Now I'm gonna go find the song and listen to it because just hearing you talk about it, I'm like, oh, it's like making me like I can feel that emotion. I understand it so
yeah,
clearly. What a powerful song. So thank you,
yeah,
Destiny, for bringing that up. What would
yeah.
you
Thank
say?
you.
Is that your most powerful song, or are there other ones? Or can you not even say you have one because they're all coming from a place?
Um, they all come from a special place. It's like, do you have a favorite son or daughter?
Ooh, some days it depends on when you ask me. I mean,
Yeah.
gotta yeah.
But you don't tell them that,
Well, they
right?
always think they can guess it, and I'm like,
That's right.
that one's not being a pain in my ass right now. Like you want to be the favorite.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But the thing is they're all special.
Yeah,
But there are some that hit closer to home for sure.
yeah.
Um, I wrote a song about my father who has passed away in 1999, and then I wrote a song about my mom who passed away 4 years ago. And so it's just one of those things. And a funny story about my mom is I wasn't able to be at her bedside at the time that she had passed. I was there 2 weeks prior because she was out in Kelowna. I was out in Ontario, and I had to go there, BC, which is it's a 4-hour flight from here, so it's a good just distance for sure. And but she passed away on my birthday, and so that was to me saying she was talking to me and saying, I'm thinking of you, I love you, and you know,
Yeah.
celebrate my life, not mourn my death. So I cheers to her on April 4th. Uh, from then on, for sure. I mean, I'm not a huge drinker to begin with. Those days are behind me.
Yeah.
But you know, those are just special things, and I write about it, and
Mm.
that's so. There's a lot of really cool songs that I write that
Yeah.
are pay homage to the people that really care for me and showed me that love and support throughout all my life. And I know they're looking down on me now and being very proud.
Yeah. What a legacy you leave. It's like this audio legacy, right? From your heart. Um, Very
Yes.
cool. That's how I see your work. It's you're leaving a legacy for generations and generations of not just your family, but a
No.
slew of people and of their families of how to live and the struggles and the successes and the pain. And it's all good. It's all part of, living on this earth. We have to go through all of those things.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I appreciate that. It's a huge compliment, and I appreciate that. Um, I just I'm not in it for fame or fortune. Let me get that out right now. I'm giving my all because I love what I'm doing. I know it sounds cliche, and a lot of people say that, and that's fine. But from my heart and my sincerity, everything is about just being real
Mhm.
and about being myself. And even if I had one fan, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
To me, it's just about the music. I know that for every door that closes, and Lord knows many have closed on me through my life, but there's that one door or maybe two that open. And um, 13 years ago, door opened. 12 years ago, that door closed, and then life happened, and I took a break, and here I am on that second chance kind of journey,
Yeah.
um, and I ain't gonna let that door close. Uh, just going to keep it open, and whether I succeed worldwide or whatever the case may be, that's not what I'm in it for. I'm in it because I enjoy it, I love it, and I want people to hear what I have to say. That's it. because I
Yeah.
think right now
Yeah.
today's world
Oh,
needs it, right?
yeah. I love that. And you still talk about success. It's like success of what? Whose success, right? I feel
Mhm.
like you're living your success. You're passionate. You're making a change. You're doing your part. And you talk about collaboration. It's not just going to be one person changing this world or changing somebody's heart. It's the collaboration of everybody leading with love and living in their truth,
Mhm.
sharing that experience. And that is what will make a change in this world. And you're doing exactly your part in it. So thank
And
you.
well, thank you. And before we go any further, I want to say something. Happy International Women's Day. Don't forget that. It is today. So
I
you
actually forgot about it, and you're the second person that's reminded me. First person reminded me, like, oh yeah, ooh, wow, women, and then I forgot about it again. So
well,
you're
like
on
I said,
call.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the women in my life now. So
Yeah,
um, it's fantastic, and the support that I have is um, you can't get any better than that. I've seen where my past relationship in my past marriage, the support was not there, so I know the difference.
yeah,
Um, Jealousy and all that kind of stuff got in the way, and that's not something you can't change who I am. You knew who I was, kind of thing when you met me. What are
yeah,
you trying to change me now? I mean, what? Settling? Don't settle. I don't settle. You
yeah.
know, go after it. And that's
One of the
basically.
biggest mistakes that are made, or the biggest challenges, is falling in love with someone and then completely wanting to change who they are. It's
Mhm.
like,
Yeah,
it doesn't even make sense when you actually speak the words of it, but
exactly.
it's good when you become free of that, and each of you can then really love in the appropriate, healthy way, even though it's not
Yeah,
together, kind of thing. And so, yeah,
exactly. I mean, you can still coexist without having to be together. Um, I,
exactly.
it's a big vast world out there, right? And uh, people need to put their differences aside or egos aside, let's just say, and
Yeah.
you know work together. There's no reason not to. Uh, I I, um, I live in a bubble, and my bubble is you know trying to keep it drama free,
Yep.
because that's one thing I do not like is drama. That's that is my kryptonite, I guess. When
Mm.
drama starts to creep in, and it's difficult. That's what kind of gets me down. That's the only thing that would. Everything else is just rules.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know what? Life is how you make it, and I'm a firm believer in it. And my music speaks for that. Um, and that's why I want to do these podcasts, to let people know who I really am. And it's not
Mhm.
really about the money. It's not really about the fame, all that kind of stuff. I just want to, collaborate with some of my idols, of my own idols.
Yeah.
I'd love to sit down with Garth Brooks or Travis Tritt or, all those, Tim McGraw, all those, and sit down and go, hey, let's put something together. That'd be kind of cool. Like, who wouldn't want to do that? You know, uh, it's me, but I'm old school. So, like I got the old Whalen thing happening.
Yeah.
Um, but that's just who I am. This is who I am, and it's okay if you don't like it. It's fine, but there are going to be some out there that do, and you know what? I'm going to perform for them,
Yep.
and maybe I'll change your mind if you don't like it. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? But that's right. Lead with love and live in your truth. And I have Lynn Payford. I don't know if I'm saying her last name right.
Lynn Pafford.
Poffer. Yeah, she wants me to tell you hello, and she's so proud of you. So
Oh,
before I go into the next, my last question for you, how to get that out there. And so I asked that you answer this question with the first thing that comes to your mind. There's no need to explain it at all, just whatever's in there,
yeah.
verbalize it out. In this moment right now, JC, what does love mean to you?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um, well, first and foremost, um, honesty. Honesty needs to be there. Communication. Um, the, that's a good question. I mean, there's so many. The togetherness with somebody, the love, the passion, um,
Yeah.
truthfulness. Love is comes in many shapes and sizes. Um,
Mhm.
the way I see it. Um, the love I have for my family, um, the love I have for my children, and for others. I'm a people person. I really like people. I really like to interact. I am a social butterfly. I love to be around people. I love to sing for people. And that's why when I get on stage, I'm not nervous. I am excited.
Yeah.
This is fun. I get to talk to them. And that's showing my love to show to people. And people are so receptive when you wear your heart on your sleeve. Um,
Mhm.
they you draw them in, and it's not necessarily the goal to draw them in. It's I want them to connect, and love is part of it. What I share to you is all
Yeah.
the love that I put into everything that I do, and it's fantastic. And Lynn is my sister. So thanks, Lynn. So love you too. And so she's one of my biggest fans, and I appreciate that too. So the love that I get and receive,
Yeah.
when it's not family and it's total strangers, wow, that's where you've done something, and you know what love really is because they don't need to, they just feel they do, and that's awesome, you know. So
Yeah. Mm.
yeah,
Well, thank you for spending time with me today, sharing who you are, talking about where and how you've gotten here and what drives you because, inspiration is inspiration and we get it from other people's lives.
yeah,
So thank you for being so honest with everything and then just like forging every day in your passion.
yeah.
We need,
Well, I really really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me, and if I can, I'd love to plug my song that's out now, saving it up for Saturday night. So if you haven't heard it,
please,
please
please.
do so. It's streaming everywhere. It's on the radio down in the U.S. of A. It's on Music Row. So if you haven't heard it, it's a get up and dance song, and I think everybody basically the song really says we don't really get to see each other a lot. We kind of pass by all the time. But you know what? If we save up, we can go out on that Saturday night and dance up a storm and show the love and the fun that we can have together. So take a look. I really love the song, and I think it's pretty cool. So saving up for Saturday night is basically is exactly what it says. Saving it up so that way you can go out there and dance with your honey.
Night. I love it. That is a great name. And
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, we kind of need that. Like, so many people need that up and,
yeah,
let let's get going.
yes, yes. And I'm so happy that it's out there for people to hear. And if you haven't heard it, you should take a look and take a listen of it because
All right, I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna throw the link in here so people can just easily click because we are a society that needs instant gratification, and I will give that to them for this
awesome.
song. So
I appreciate it.
absolutely. And everybody else out there that is watching, remember, as always, love hard, love pure, and love proactive. Until next time, take care.
Cheers.